Welcome to the beginner's course for ISO, cybersecurity and AI consultants. My name is Dejan Kosutic and I'll be your instructor and will guide you through this course. Even though my main expertise is in cybersecurity and in AI, I also have lots of experience working with consultants and helping consultants become successful. So in this course, I'll show you how to kick off your consulting career. So in this first lesson today, I'll explain you what are the main steps that you actually have to go through to launch your consulting career. And then in the second half of this lesson, I'll explain how to perform the first step about founding your company and the legal matters. So after you watch this video, you'll have a clear idea on what is the learning path through this course. And by the way, this course is completely free. This course is a good fit for real beginners, for people who want to start their consulting business from zero. And for more experienced consultants, I developed this advanced course for consultants that you can also take. And just to explain why do I focus in this course on consultants that are dealing with AI governance, ISO standards and cybersecurity compliance, this is because these three areas are probably the biggest opportunity for new consultants. And also these three types of consulting have lots in common. For example, how to package these services, how to find a niche, how to sell these services. So this is why I actually cover all of these in one course. Now, this course is also applicable to other types of consultancy services. But the thing is, during this course, I'll provide lots of examples related to AI and cybersecurity and ISO standards. So the most value actually will be for consultants from these particular areas. Okay, let me now show you what are the general steps that you need to take to launch your consultancy. And for each of these steps, I actually have a separate video, a separate lesson throughout this course. Okay, and the first step is for you to define some kind of a business plan and also to legalize your business, perhaps open a company or something similar to this. And I'll cover this first step a little bit later on in this video. The second step is for you to choose a niche as a consultant, because you can't really compete if you do not differentiate versus your competitors, and this is something that I'll explain in a separate lesson. And then the third step for you is to actually get certificates and get training that is needed for this particular niche. And then the fourth step is for you to actually get the know-how, the tools, the templates that you need to work as a consultant in that particular niche. The fifth step is to package your services, your consulting services, so that they are appropriate for the market and that they are attractive for your potential clients. And then the sixth step is for you to define the pricing that would be appropriate and that would be acceptable for your clients, but also for your revenue. And then you will be ready to find your first clients. So the seventh step is really to outreach to your network and start finding new clients. And eighth step is a more long-term step where you actually have to build your brand as an expert so that you can find new clients once you exhaust your initial network of connections. The next step will be for you to actually present your services to potential clients so that you can actually convert them. And then after that, you have to sign an agreement with these customers where you will specify exactly what is expected from you. And then, of course, you'll start delivering services towards your clients. And throughout this delivery, you will not only have to satisfy their expectations, but you'll also have to take care about security and privacy and intellectual property when delivering these projects. Now, I'll explain all of these things that I mentioned from step 2 and forward, explain in the next lessons throughout this course. But let me now give you a couple of tips for the first step. And this is basically about the business plan and legalizing your business. Now, when writing a business plan, I don't really think you need some elaborate, detailed business plan. Rather, I think you should focus on cash flow. So you should calculate what are your current, say, monthly costs of maintaining your consultancy, and also projecting what kind of revenues you could expect from your business. And then you have to compare this with how much money you're willing actually to invest into your business until it becomes profitable, so that you know exactly where this break-even is and how quickly you need to build these revenues actually to reach it. Now, calculating the revenues will be a little bit harder because it's tricky. You don't really know how quickly you will get first customers, but you can plan your costs much more precisely. And this is one of the most important tips here. You should go for the lowest possible costs in the beginning, meaning you do not have to purchase the most expensive computer, you do not have to set up some extensive office. You can simply go with the, let's say, bare minimum and use whatever you already have in your home or in your home office. And then once you become profitable, then it's much easier actually to invest more into some of this equipment. Now, regarding the legal structure, every country has different laws on how you can set up your business. So in some countries you will be able to go for this sole proprietorship, whereas in other countries you will have to found a company. But again, the same principle stands here. You should go with the lower cost. So whatever costs less, you should actually start with it. You can always upgrade your legal status once your business takes off. And one final point, for majority of these consultancy services, there is no license needed, so you can actually start your business without some specific permissions, so to say. However, you will need to invest into certifications, because this is something that will help you sell your consultancy services, and this is something that I'll explain in one of my next lessons. Okay, hope this was helpful, and let me know in the comments below if you have any questions around these steps that you need to take as a new consultant, and I'll answer as quick as I can. And here are a couple of materials that will help you learn more, and you'll find the links for those materials below the video. So as I mentioned, if you're already experienced consultant, you can sign up for this advanced course, which is also free. And I'm also the host of a Secure and Simple podcast, and this is actually a podcast where I interview successful consultants and where you can learn from real examples on how actually they became successful. What kind of techniques, what kind of services, what kind of selling methods they used actually to succeed. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel not to miss any of my new videos, and I publish videos about cybersecurity and compliance every week. Thanks for watching.